Today is the 8th of May, and we got a lot of things going on today on the squad, which is exciting news. But I am excited about everything, okay? Like just everything. It's weird, but I'm just like in this place of excitement. And so I'm excited to hear from you guys. I want to know one thing that you know. I want to know one thing that you can control in May. How about that? One thing that you can control in May. We'll start there.
So I'll go first, because I shared this before I signed out on my Sabbath, in the push group chat. So if you're not in the push group, make sure you get in there. But I know that I can control the work that I do. And so, we have task lists every single day in there, and he should put 20 or have put 20 call or make 20 calls through Messenger on there. I don't have a problem with making calls normally. I don't. I've never had a bad experience with it or anything, but you know how sometimes you just get in it's almost like an adult temper tantrum. Like it's just like, I don't want to do it. Like I just don't want to do it. But at the end of the day, my why is important. My goals are important, and so my feelings don't get a vote. So regardless if I want to do it or not, I know that it's beneficial for my business. I know that I always get great results when I call. And so it was like, all right, suck it up, buttercup, you finna do it anyway. And so I made my 20 calls, and I actually got assigned, I got to call a girl and sign her up after we get off of here for Monday meetup. And so it's like you got to do the work. Like we're human, we're gonna bills or whatever, but you can control that. You can choose not to let your feelings get a vote. You can choose not to honor them, and you can choose to honor the fact that you know that these are just things that you have to do to build your business and get to where you want to go. So what I can control is the things that I can do. The how many people I reach out to, how many host posts I get up, how many messages I see. And so me, that's what I can control.
Hey guys, good morning. I would say, regardless of the things that may come up against you or the fatigue or whatever you might be dealing with, I can control, or me, like I'm talking about me. So the fatigue I feel, how like things may attack my body or whatever is going on. But what I can control is my perspective and my outlook, and then like my gratitude. So sometimes it's hard, and sometimes I might have to do something like listen to worship music, read my Bible, cry, talk to someone, but that's what I can control.
And for me, it would be stay in vigilant prayer to control my mindset. Being that this is my first time taking really serious being an entrepreneur, and actually this is my second business. I have another one too that I'm juggling at the same time. But yeah, so for me, what I can control is being vigilant in prayer to not take the no's so personally, because it's not about me. What's not for one person will be for somebody else. Just take a second to take a deep breath, say thank you for listening, and keep on moving.
Hey, good morning.
Go ahead, Erica.
Okay, hey, good morning. So, what can we control? Something that I have learned from the book that I'm reading, just the first chapter, is I can control my mindset and changing that mindset. And I'm learning about neutral thinking. And it's basically you don't think negatively or you don't think positively. You just look at the facts and just remain neutral and then go on to whatever the next step may be. So it doesn't matter what happened 30 seconds ago. You're just going to think neutrally and just move on to that next step, to that next thing. And that's something that I am going to be controlling in my business. And that's just going to really help with just life in general, just controlling my mindset and thinking neutrally.
For the month of May, I can control my windows, my work windows. So when I have a work window schedule, I work it, and nothing can bleed into that because I've been allowing it to be more fluid than I have in the past. And so that's one thing I can control is my work windows and working inside those windows.
I can control my choices and boundaries. So the choices I make, choosing what I'm doing with my time and realizing that I do have a choice in what I'm doing and acknowledging this, like in the past, I have made the wrong choices, like just kind of not letting those boundaries be as firm as they need to be. So that's something that I'll be controlling this month.
One thing for me I can control is just setting boundaries and prioritizing my time when it comes to my business and things outside of my business. So just being more intentional with the time and prioritizing with it. That's one thing.
I can control my capacity in the sense of what I'm pouring in, being very intentional with my spiritual development and knowing that I need more every day and being okay with adjusting it if I need more throughout the day. And so I can control what I'm listening to. I can control what I'm feeding my soul and taking care of that and being okay with that being a priority. So I can definitely control that because the more that I pour in, the more I can give out to different capacities. So that's what I can control.
All right, everybody else not okay.
I can control how I work my business each and every day. I can control what I'm gonna. Somebody else talking.
It's okay. Leah, go. You can go next. Leah. Go ahead, Miss Shania. Leah, in your services. Yep. Go ahead, y'all. And then Leah after Miss Shania.
Okay, I can control how I work my business each and every day. I can control my mindset and the times that I'm going to work my business. So I got complete control of me. So.
All right, go ahead, Leah. Where you at work? Why can't we see your face?
No, I'm on the lap and with them, so just dealing with situations. I will be controlling my business.
Nothing, you just
prioritizing my time.
Okay,
let me off and let me grab it.
Uh-oh. What'd you say? Go ahead and share yours. Yeah, share it in the comments like Sierra, because we can't understand you. Okay, yep. Sierra said you can control the boundaries you set. feeding myself and how I work my business and work my windows, being more intentional about my business. Okay, so thank y'all for sharing. If somebody else has a really pressing on your heart where you want to share, feel free to like unmute right now. All right, because here's the thing. The reason why I'm asking this question is because a lot of times we are weak-minded and victim-oriented. And I hate to say that, but their vision leaks. Like, it's going to leak. It even in your life, vision will leak. I mean, have you ever looked around and people like, bro, you're not living, like you literally just go through every single day. We look at our family like this all the time. Like, there are people out here who are like straight living, like they got plans, they got vision for what they're doing. And then there's people literally like allowing life to slap them around every day, all day, victimized by their lives. And I don't know about you guys, but since we've started with Lanisa, I have a different lens, right? So when you learn something new, you get a new lens. Okay. So this business gives us a lot of lenses. It does, because that's the perspective opportunity. When you have, the leadership, I had them do an exercise at the Diamond Retreat where they have glasses, and I ain't seen y'all glasses. So clearly y'all be using y'all perspectives. But they have the ability to put these glasses on to see it different. Like, it's a different perspective. They're seeing it through a different lens, right? And most of the time we need to see it different. But how many lenses are you really looking through if you're not gaining and growing the way that you're supposed to be gaining and growing, right? So even now, I have this new lens, and let me tell y'all, sometimes new lenses can be debilitating. Like, as we're reading through Ecclesiastes, I don't know if it was 9 or 10, where 10, I think it was, like, I'm just grieved at this point. Like, it's like, you see all of this lack of wisdom. And yeah, I see the places that I've grown, and knowing that true wisdom comes from God. It's like, well, if we don't get people connected to God, they're not going to grow in wisdom. No way. Like, and so it just hardens your heart to really pray and connect people with Christ and really be about Christ for real yourself, so that people can really want to change their life. Because if your fruits aren't giving fruit, then why do they want to eat from your tree? You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make sense. And so, like, I think about this new perspective, and I'm looking at people through this lens, and it's like, God, help me to not be judgmental. And I heard something this weekend that was crazy, because it was crazy, but it was so good. Stop saying and stop feeling like people are judging you. Judgment is about you going to heaven or hell. We use judgment so wrong. We are so in it. That's another thing that grieves me. It's like chasing the wind, okay, Solomon? Because it's like, we don't even know what we be talking about. Like, oh, let me not judge. No, you're supposed to look at their fruit. That you're doing fruit inspection. You're not judging them. You're not putting them in hell. You're not putting them in heaven. You're literally looking at their fruit, which is what we're supposed to do. That's wisdom, right? So you see somebody who looks super unhealthy, baby, you shouldn't follow them around the store. You know what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't eat what they eating. If you see somebody who's struggling in certain areas, unless you're called to witness, maybe you should be going in the other direction. That's just wisdom, right? And so when you think about your business and what you can control, I hate to rehash it, but it's your circle matters, and you are a part of your circle. Your circle matters, and you are part of your circle. And a lot of times, if you're in a circle who's prideful and never asks for help, you're the same way. Like, straight up. At this point in life, when I pull into my garage, and I did it even better yesterday, praise the Lord, Brianna, I hope you saw it. I pulled in the garage, and I just popped the trunk, and I sat there. 4 men up in this house. I'm over it. Okay, this is done. All right, I'm done carrying bags. I got too many men in my life. But the impatience or the lack of wanting people or people moving on your schedule will make it to where you're not asking or getting the help that you need. And so, what are you not controlling that you can? Or what are you, and when I say that, you could literally be controlling your patience if it was yours. And that's a word. You can control your patience if it's yours. So that's where I heard it. That's where I heard it. Bible study. Girl, I don't know. I'll be hearing stuff. Man, where y'all at? Like, I'm on a call with a whole bunch of yellows.
I'm hopping. So something that I'm working on that I can control is just continue to be more disciplined. So that comes with my eating, that comes with drinking water, that comes with, I said I'm gonna get 100 calls out per day. I'm gonna get 100 calls out per day. And so in not allowing myself the out, I think I forgot what I was reading, but not allowing myself the out, like, ooh, I done made it to 75 and ooh, you know, I'm a little tired because, and it's okay that I'm tired, but it's like, well, you committed to it, so knock it out quicker so you can go to bed. And so just I can continue to hold myself accountable, even like the 2 lives. There's been times where I'm like, I don't want to do 2 lives a day. I'm tired. What am I going to talk about? I just talked to these people this morning. But okay, figure something else out because you are always living. There's always, it's something, because I'm also, I'm really like a nerd. I love learning new things. And so one thing that I learned recently was that there's so much data, right? We're always creating data, right? And when I think about that in my business standpoint, there's always something you can talk about because you're always creating data. There's always something. What did you do? What can you say? Who can you inspire? Like, what did you read today? Like, what did you pour in? So I think Robin mentioned it, like, you got to be able to pour into yourself. So if you're not, then that's why maybe it's hard to pull to talk about stuff because you're not pouring in as much as you need to, or you need to pour in more.
You ain't about what you be talking about. Hey. Look, this the older, y'all, half of y'all knew, half of y'all didn't. Okay, maybe 1/3. Sorry. I gotta learn some new songs. Maybe I need to go like earn the oldies. I don't know.
So one thing that I can get better at controlling is my bedtime. So I will get laxed on my bedtime because for all of my life I've claimed that I'm a night owl. Like I love to stay up. I don't know what it is. It's just, I don't know. But I said, well, I wasn't doing that no more. I said I was going to bed so I get my butt up. And so letting my boundaries slip, or I was listening to this podcast on say maybe a couple months ago, it's Mel Robbins podcast. And she was talking about how you like to watch TV or do something to wind down. And it's like, no, you don't need to wind down. You just need to go to bed. And so that is something that I can control and get better at controlling. It's my bedtime. So making sure that I go to bed when I say I'm going to bed so that I can get up when I say I'm getting up.
I gotta interject here. Can I tell y'all something? Statistically speaking, and I don't know what the statistics are, but I can pull them up if you need them. Black people are the ones who stay up late at night. Okay, the white people get up early. So let's get it together. Okay, the early bird really does get the worm, the manna first thing in the morning. We want to be up to see the sunrise. It's for me too. Okay, it's for me because I've been struggling. So it's the same thing. I'm gonna tell y'all, statistically speaking, right or wrong. Right. And we be up talking about nothing, doing nothing, watching nothing. And lots of nothing is happening in your life and your business as a result of the nothingness, because you don't, I'm telling you, if you've ever, okay, I know a lot of y'all have because y'all been around me a long time. If you've ever experienced like the golden hour in the morning, or being able to watch the sunrise and just sitting there in peace and journaling, it's different than the nighttime. Yes or no? It is extremely different when you are up in the morning, which is why we did the things of the miracle morning, the 5 a.m. club. It's it will change your life, y'all. I promise you it'll change your life. I feel like somebody else was gonna jump in before I did.
I was gonna jump in real quick. Something that I can control is my intentionality in my business. And so like yesterday, I was serving and we were done with church, and when somebody asked me to take a picture. And so I took the picture and I was like, hold on, let me do something. I did something I learned, and he was like, oh my God, this is so cute. Like, it's so light or whatever. How do you do? I was like, well, I actually work on social media. It's part of my business. And she was like, what do you do? And so we had the conversation with the young lady and send her the video, and we're going to talk today. And so it's the intentionality of making sure I open my mouth with everybody that I come in contact with. I need to let them know what I do and how I can help them. And so that's one thing that I can definitely improve on.
I know something that I can control is now my time. So I am able to tell my time where to go and recreate those boundaries again. So learning to control my time is something that I'm going to be doing to move forward.
Hey everyone. So something that I can control is how I continue to go about my day and my business and putting the word out. With that being said, I thought that people, even that I knew what I was doing, but just with my everyday routine and doing things over the weekend, they didn't. And so it's like Robin was saying, it's just speaking about the business, and for what I can do is just be more louder than what I'm doing, along with not feeling like I'm saying the same thing over and over and over again, because it's reaching different people at different moments. So I can control what I say and when I do the things for my business.
So I'm feeling like we need to give something up. I'm feeling it. So for the month of May, and I'll put up a post in the team page, but for the month of May, what is one thing you need to give up until you reach your goals? And I'm not even gonna say for the month of May, because some of y'all just be like, I just fast the month of May. No. What's your goal for the month? And I'm gonna say rank. What's the rank that you're ending this month at? Or what's your rank goal? Yeah, what's your rank goal for the month? Drop it in the comments. Yeah. So I'm gonna challenge everybody. What's one thing that you need to give up until you hit that rank? One thing that you need to give up. I would say willing. Well, I would say willing and need.
One thing I need to give up, sorry to just jump in like that, but unintentional scrolling. I have really got to set a timer on my phone, get in Facebook and get out, like with what I need to do, what I need to put up there, what I need to respond to, and get out. And like the scrolling that I'm doing is not making me any money, and it's taking me way off track. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing. Yeah.
For me on that one is to give up the mindset of people listening to people that I've always looked up to and admire, uh, which is and just focus on what I feel, let my internal compass through God guide me. You know, so I need to turn off the outside chatter. If I'm gonna say,
I think that's great, but you need something tangible and it's something you love, something you love, something you use or do daily. What is that one thing that you need to give up? And that's for everybody. So it's not that we know we need to give up a lot of things like that when it comes to our lives in general. But what is one thing? So this is tangible. What did y'all didn't drop y'all things? What are y'all things that y'all giving up? And you do, Lydia, you say you don't know. Yes, you do. It's that thing that you just it hit your gut real quick, and you was like, I don't know. It could be candy. It could be watching TV. Period. It could be going out. It could be phone talking on the phone. It could be I don't know. Y'all know exactly what it is.
So
all right, my need for having too much with downtime. I need to be more vigilant on my time management.
What do you do during your downtime?
Lay down, rest, and just kind of do something that's relaxing, do a puzzle or something.
You do puzzle, like you play games on your phone? Like what?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it would be phone, it would be games on your phone, period. That's what it would be. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's
All
up
right.
to you, but I'm telling you that's what it is. It's the games on your phone.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hit me in my gut like real hard. I was like, oh, I only do that, when I'm not in my work window. And then I was just like, sis, come on, like stop playing. You do that more often than that. So just delete them off your phone and stop playing, because then you can't say like, oh, I'm gonna just do this for a little bit of time and then I'm gonna stop, because then a little bit of time bleeds into, and this is where I come with my controlling my windows of work, because everything bleeds into everything. And then next thing you know, I'm like Britt, all up till 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning, can't get on the power hour and be like, here you go again, missing the power hour, right? So like, just stop playing. I'm gonna just delete them like right now.
okay, so I was gonna answer both questions since I came in kind of late, if that's okay. My first one was something that I can control. I would have to say what I pour into myself, because sometimes I tend to like I pour into everybody else instead of pouring into myself first, and then I have nothing to give myself. So really taking out that time to actually be intentional with my spiritual and personal development is something that I'm really striving to achieve every day. And also something that I am giving up. I did have a list of things. The first one was putting up my phone when I'm not working. And that even goes down to like even with when I do my Jesus time in the morning time, like I said, I was gonna get an actual Bible, because I get really distracted with the Bible on my phone. So that was something for me. Let's see. I said I was gonna give up TV as well, because I really want to use that time wisely and pick up another book. Like I feel like that's the reason why I haven't completed like books that I'm supposed to finish. And what else I have on this list? Oh, and also snacking when I'm bored. Yeah, that is an issue for me. Yeah, so I'm working on that, like really making that a habit to work on that every day.
All right, I gotta jump in, okay? And moms who are disciplined, trying, tap in. Stop buying it. Your kids don't need it. It's not good for them anyway. And if you tap into the 28 days, you'll stop buying stuff, period. Y'all, I was at this birthday party and I almost threw up when they had some lunch meat on the doggone salad. I said, oh God, this is a carcinogenic. They're trying to kill me. Carcinogen, whatever. I said, I'm about to die. I said, but Brie, I said, but what you gonna do if I'm eating around it? Like, Lord help me. Like, you know, like my mindset is so different. I walk by and I see people picking up hot dogs. I'll be like, man, you want to die. Like, my whole mindset is so different. Stop buying it. I will not buy my kids those things anymore because I care about my kids. And that's the whole thing about Lanisa's program. It's the self-love. It's the loving the people who are surrounding me. I'm just praising God that I will be out of town like coming up on Memorial Day because my family wants me to make them pork steaks. Because listen, sis can grill. If you don't know, you can ask somebody. I grill. But they normally have me make all the pork steaks for the family functions. And I'm gonna be out of town. So guess what? Rachel can't make the pork steaks. So hopefully, I know somebody gonna end up making them. But still, you know what I'm saying? It make me feel good that I'm not gonna be the one killing the family. Stop buying them. Go to Aldi's. Go, and if you can't afford it, baby, I mean, you know, you get them stamps, you know what I'm saying? You can afford anything. But that wasn't for you. That was for anybody, because I don't know your situation. Because listen, if I had them stamps, Lord. But most natural places take stamps too. So here's the thing: go to Aldi's. If you don't know, Aldi's products do not have dye in them. Outside of them bringing in like their special can buy things, like Aldi's brand, they don't have dye in them. They have so many gluten-free, vegan options in there. Most of the things in Aldi's are natural. And like, and I legit, I feel so bad saying this, but like the kids' grandparents got them some applesauce. And I'm becoming one of those people because I realize how it's messing up my kids' stomachs. It's messing up their skin. It's messing up even the way that they act. Y'all know that? They're acting out. This is things that people don't want us to know. But I'm looking at it. I said, man, if this has dye in it, they can't have this applesauce. Like they don't need this kind of applesauce. They need to have the applesauce that doesn't have the dye in it. You know, and so I'm becoming that person where I make sure in our house, they eat like that. So then if we do go somewhere, it's the 10%. It's not, y'all get what I'm saying? Like, it's not like I'm just this anal parent where we're going out and it's like, oh my God, no, they can't eat that. Like, no, they can have it, but it's the 10% in opposed to what I'm having in my household. And so that's a big thing. And actually commit to the 28 days, like commit to it and tell on yourself. And that'll make your social media pop. Tell on yourself, like for real, tell on yourself and hold yourself accountable. And so, yeah, Aldi is actually owned by Whole Foods. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they stuff is legit. There's a new place. What's it called? What's that place called in Fairview Heights? What's the one place? It's not new, but what's it called?
Is it Fresh Time?
Yes, Fresh Time. And they cheaper than Aldi's.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Cucumbers for $1. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Since I'm unmuted, I was here really trying to think about what I was giving up, and this sounds so ridiculous. But I'm gonna be giving up my phone.
Is that me? Can y'all hear her?
Can you hear me now? Okay. All right. So I was trying to figure out what I was going to give up because I just really was thinking like, what do I need to give up? And something that when you was thinking about like the gut punch, and for me, it sounds crazy, but it's my phone. Because I spend so much unnecessary time on my phone outside my business. It could be texting, it could be watching Netflix, it could be listening to music, it could be just going on Pinterest. You know, I'm not on social media, but Pinterest, you can go down a whole rabbit hole there. It's just a lot of different things. Even when I am on my off day, it's just like, well, I could look at this. And then I remember Rachel had said something about being on YouTube and then getting on those shorts or whatever. So it's like, give up having your phone in your hand. If you're not using it legitimately, sending out messages and making calls, like, give up that phone. And I realized that if I would give up that phone being in my hand, I would be more present about like what's in front of me. And I did not realize how much I had my phone in my hand. It's so crazy. It's so crazy until yesterday. Yesterday I was supposed to be playing kickball with my floor and I was on my phone. And I was just like, just if you are here talking to people, you can actually make those connections. And then you can add them on social media and all those other things. But it's just like, give up, put your phone down, be in the moment, make connections, and you can connect with those people, add them to social media, then they can kind of see what you do. And I was just like, girl, what is wrong with you? You know these things. But it's just like, oh, I gotta, be on my phone, respond to this. No, be in the moment. So it's just like, give them my phone again, like really pay more attention to my surroundings, what's in front of me, and use my phone for business like it's supposed to be used for, and not for everything, if that makes sense. So that's me giving up my phone. And so, yep.
Did mine say he giving up golf? Are we saying we're giving up golf? I know that men really struggle with this because my trainer always says he's giving up golf and then the next week he's back playing golf. So he always, well, I just need to, I'm going to leave my clubs here at the gym, and then somehow they end up back in his trunk. And so I'm trying to figure out if you're going to really do it.
Man. Well, hey, what's up, fam? I had to, as y'all can see, I was in class today, so I had to wait till my students left so I could talk. So they're at lunch right now. I'm just subbing, y'all. I ain't no full-time teacher. I'm the best sub that this country's ever seen. So, hey, but giving up golf, Rachel, that thing hit me. When you said it, that's the first thing that came to my mind, but it hit my gut like, ooh, no. But this is not the first time that it came up that I was supposed to give up golf. And I kept on saying, but Lord, that's my only outside recreation that I do outside of coaching track. Like, I play golf, like it's just relaxing to me. Like it brings me down. I have no worries when I'm on the golf course. I get to look at nature. I'm breathing good. I have no cares. My phone is off. Like, I put it on vibrate so I can't even hear it. Don't interrupt my shots. And I'm like locked into golf. So for me to say I can't play golf until then, that's gonna hurt me. Like, because my partner called me today and said we was playing today, but then they called me and said I had to sub, so I couldn't go play. He gonna call me Wednesday. This week gonna be nice. It might rain, but then it's like, no, I can't go. And I gotta actually say to him, nah, man, I ain't gonna be able to go. But I ain't gonna tell him why I can't go. I'm just gonna be like, hey, man, I can't go today. That's gonna kill me, y'all. Y'all don't understand, but I play golf. Like, I'm playing golf at least 2 times a week daily. And I'm like, I can't play no golf, y'all. I got to put the golf clubs in the garage. Like, don't even pull them out for the whole month of May. You know how beautiful May is to play golf? Oh my God. Everything is blooming. So it's just, that's going to be, yeah, Rachel, I said it. I put it out there. And now someone can hold me accountable. Y'all better hold me accountable, because I'm telling you, because I'm going to want to play some golf.
Yeah. Because I can see you, sweet. So,
I think we got to be intentional about whatever it is we're giving up, like having that thing that we're supposed to be doing, making sure we replace it with that. Like, the time has to go somewhere. I mean, I know that, at least for me.
well, I think that's there's so, for example, it's you being committed to what you're doing. So I'm sure Cass has something that she's gonna give up. Come on, Cass, unmute with me. What are you giving up? Sports? I'm just like, what you giving up? The game? I don't know. What you giving up?
Oh,
Got
she can
coming
do one
for
of-
you? Jesus.
I actually hadn't decided what I was giving up yet. I was sitting here thinking, like, what do I do? Like,
Yeah. But yeah, okay. Yes, the guilty pleasures. The I don't know if you still playing the game. I don't know. I know you love to watch sports.
no, I have put my PS. Listen, my PS so dusty right now. So the first time we did this, and Rachel was like, "What are you giving up until you promote?" And so I gave up my PS until I promote. And do you know I keep looking at it like it sits there? So I look at it. It ain't went away. So, and I really want to buy the new 2K. That's
But you
coming out.
maybe need to limit your sports. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because you love sports. Okay, love it. But here's the thing, guys. So with what you said, Alice, if you know and are committed to where you're going, and you have a conversation with your mentor about what your task list looks like daily, then it would be, I mean, imagine, I don't know what your thing was. I don't know what you said what your thing was, but
Unintentional scrolling, just
right. So if you have vendor events, you can't unintentionally scroll. Do you get what I'm saying? So if you're having a vendor event every day of the week, and you have to get out 100 follow-ups, so you have to reach out to everybody that you met at your vendor event, you don't have time to unintentionally scroll. So as we give things up, so for example, if I'm saying I'm giving up being on my couch, it's just my soft spot. Like I'm able to work while my kids are just all over the place, but I can also work in my office and my kids can be downstairs here in the basement. Do y'all get what I'm saying? So it's the comfort and the intentionality. I know what I need to do. And that's the thing. Like, you know what you need to do. You know what causes you. And then we also have task lists every single day, right? So if you are not doing the task, then how are you scrolling?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm scrolling and like not doing the dang on task. So,
but that's also the relationship you have with your phone.
Yeah.
Because that's what Erica was saying. What is this to me?
It should be business.
This is my work phone. This is my job. So if I'm on it literally all day and I'm not making $1 million a month, I'm stupid. Sorry, that's how I feel about my perspective. So when I'm on this all day long, I am a consumer, not a business owner. And I'm wondering why I'm not producing the way that I'm supposed to. It's because I consume. And does this go to the relationship with food? Being a consumer? Oh, I am so woke now, where I had got these Jesus girl, what are they, veggie straws. So Aldi's has cheddar veggie straws now, and they taste better than the regular veggie straws, right? But I was just gonna taste them, you know what I'm saying? See what my kids talking about, see how they like. I was like, these are a little fire, you know what I'm saying? I was like, why do you need to taste these? It's not even a part of your regimen. Like, you're doing the most. Like, what do you feel like you missing out on some doggone veggie straws? But that's the self-control. And it's like, well, it ain't that big of a deal. That's the problem. We think everything is not that big of a deal because everybody does it. It's not that big. It is a big deal. It is. It's almost like being out and about and being like, well, I don't smoke, but I hit the blunt. Have you, and I know you've heard, if y'all been out in the streets, you know, it'd be like, I don't smoke like that, but you want to just hit it? Yeah, I hit it. Like, boo, like that's backwards. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or I don't drink, but I bought you a drink, girl. Okay, I'll just drink it tonight. Like, do you drink or not? Like, what is up? There is no black and white. It's this lukewarm spot. Like, it's this lukewarm space where a lot of people are lukewarm. We live in a lukewarm culture. And so in every aspect of life, there's lukewarmness. And people will show you their lukewarmness. This is why I don't use Snapchat. I think it's full of lukewarmness because you can see who people really are, and I don't want to know who they really are. Like, I really don't want that. That's not, and I'm not, maybe I'm I'm sorry if you love Snapchat, like, forgive me, I'm kind of. But I think it gives people the opportunity to vent and they think people aren't watching. Like it's almost like a, the different, the different places that they have to be different people and they different people on Snapchat. They different. And so I just be like, okay, Rachel's just not, I don't even have the app on my phone because it's not. Look, Cass said, what do they be doing on there? Well, Brittany can, anyways, you can get customers on there too. So don't get me wrong. Like if God calls you to Snapchat, please be on Snapchat, but don't be be in the world, but not of the world. And that's what I'm saying. It's not for me. Because I can be drawn in like I can. And that's about part of knowing who you are and how you function, because there's so many things to be distracted by. I will also tell you this. That's another thing. You can do anything, but you can't do everything. You can do anything, but you can't do everything. This distributor that I'm about to sign, she has to go load her card. Can you guess where she's from? Brianne probably knows. Guess if y'all gonna guess or not, you're just gonna look at me. No, I mean, like, where did I get her from? Like, what platform? Like, which way? Sorry, forgive me. Like, where did I get her from? She's actually from Texas, lives in Fort Worth. Y'all, she is from a real 100%, 100% from a real. That is how Rachel signs her distributors. I need to stop. Like, every time I'll be like, well, prospecting, yeah, not so much, not so much. Follow-ups, yeah, for sure. Follow-ups are gold. But I sign my distributors from TikToks, period. It's how I sign them. It's how I've signed them for years now. And so I don't even know where the riddle me that comes in, where I'm distracted to a point where I'm not. So how do you sign your distributors? How do you sign them? Where was your last distributor from? Put in the comments. Where was your last distributor from? That is the only way you need to prospect. Where Brittany at? Where you're still coming from host to post?
Yep.
Don't do nothing else. To be straight making TikToks all day long for just if I want 10 distributors, I need to be having three TikToks a day, and they need to all be focused on business. Dude, how many of y'all done sent that girl from Katie Bevington's team? What's her name? What's that girl name? Oh, what's that girl name on TikTok? I know I done sent it today. What's that girl name? Oh, Jesus. I sent it to Robin too, I believe. I think I sent it to, what's that girl? Brooklyn. Yes. Baby, Brooklyn posts the same post over and over and over again, 3 times a day. I'll be like, with different sounds. I'll be like, sis. But it be having like 20,000 views. And I'll be like, and she looked good too. You can tell the transformation. So if you watching, you like, okay, let me get this coffee because sis is coffeeing it out. Okay, the belly is coffeeing. Like it looks really good. I'm like, Rachel, what is wrong with you that you so doggone red green that you can't just be blue and just put the doggone post up with a different sound? Ain't nobody checking for you like that. Like, put the doggone post up, put it up. Because people are watching the same post over and over again. The same video, the same B-roll, whatever. It's the same thing. And I went to go look at her thing. I said, well, she's still doing the same. Look, I just got a text message. I just got a freaking text message while we were sitting here. I just got an income text message. Ain't that God just trying to riddle me this? Why are we so, it's almost like it's not working. I do it too, y'all. It's not working, so I gotta try something different. No, just because you're in a planting season does not mean that you can no longer farm. How is that? That is dumb. Does that even make sense? I'm not a good farmer because it's time to go plant. Like, what do you mean? Like farmers plant, like that's what they do. And then they have a season where they wait because you know what I'm saying, like the rain, and you know what I'm saying? It's Ecclesiastes is what we read. We just read this. Like, yeah.
So I'm just feeling like I need to share this. So crazy that Rachel's talking about giving up something. Because I watched this podcast from time to time. And she's become one of my favorite like Christian speakers. Her name is Jackie Hill Perry, and she challenged the listeners to do 30 days free of secular music of any kind. And it's so crazy because it just took me back to my diamond run. And it was like, it wasn't like, oh, I'm giving it up, like a challenge, like in this aspect, but it was something that I just did because I knew that I needed to have good things flowing in and out of me every single day, all day, in order to stay in a mindset and in a space to get what I needed to get done. And so I don't know what you guys listen to, but I'm challenging you guys to do that because I'm telling you, it made me so sensitive. Like there's just certain things I can't listen to anymore. Like it's just certain things that just like make me like feel uncomfortable, literally, and things that I used to listen to all the time. And I knew it was real because Lil Wayne just came to St. Louis, like, I don't know, maybe like last month. That used to be my favorite rapper, y'all. Y'all turn on a Lil Wayne song, I probably rap it from start to finish, like now. And I did not buy a ticket, and I still go to concerts, but I did not buy a ticket to that concert. And I know that it could probably be his last time on tour, but that, like really fasting and really giving up secular music, like it makes you really, 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 really sensitive to stuff. And it's like when you used to be able to just like listen to the music and vibe to the beat, it's like I can't get past the words. And so I'm challenging you guys on top of whatever you guys are giving up. If you still listen to secular music, I'm challenging you to let it go for 30 days. And I'm telling you, it's going to, because you'll replace it, like Alice said, you'll replace it with something intentional. So you replace it with a podcast, you replace it with an audiobook, you replace it with some praise and worship music, you replace it with personal development, whatever. So I am challenging you guys to add that to your list.
It's so good. Well, since we're coming to the end of time, I just want to know, walking out of here, and you can drop it in the comments if you want to, but walking out of here, um, yeah, man, she be messing me up, but it'd be so deep and so like on point that it'd be like, okay. And it makes me want to read for myself. You know what I'm saying? It makes me want to explore and get my own revelation. And that's what it should do. Like if you find people who it makes you want to dig deeper for yourself, it's probably somebody to follow. Now, if it's somebody where you just taking their word for, face value, then but if it points you back to God's word, that is somebody that you should be following. Like I love following Christine Kane. Love her. Like I want to see her in person like one day really soon, but her revelations and her encouragement is like good. But there are some people who I would say their name and you'd be like, "Ooh, maybe you still follow them." But something just in my spirit was like, that ain't for you in this season, which God will do that for you. Like if you feel that, just obey and just unfollow them. That don't mean that's a bad person or anything like that. Just unfollow them and move forward in your life. I promise you, God he doesn't do things by mistake. Like there is a purpose and intentionality behind it. And I just feel like before we hop off of here, and if I need to run up and get Zoe because she be a hot mess. Look, sis be out here running the streets. So again, I just always like to tell people, if you're not praying for the Wiggums, put us on your prayer list because it's real out in these streets. It really is real out in these streets. And Zoe will not be in Jamaica, just an FYI, like she's not coming. She's not invited. So, and if she would be invited, then she would be staying with you, and then you could just bring her to me and I can feed her like when she's hungry. So just I'm being very clear here, okay? like, cause she ain't quiet, like you ain't gonna be able to function. But I feel like before we hop off of here, we're gonna have you shaking your head, Dave, but I'm serious. So let me know if you're signing up. And you know I'm not playing. Like you know I'm for real. She will be hanging, and we're gonna see. Maybe y'all be making TikToks together or something. Okay. All right. But before we hop off of here, Christine Kane. Yes, Christine Kane. Yep. I think that's how you spell her name. I think that's right. Before we hop off here, I just would love to hear from Breon, and I know he may go over a little bit, and hopefully that's okay for you guys. But you know, he had the opportunity to go to the Dick Vitale. I realize I say his name wrong because I'd be like Vitale, whatever. The Dickie V Foundation, which I found out was not even he didn't even make that foundation. I didn't even know that. But the Dickie V Foundation, he was able to be there for the gala, and also saw Mark give away $2 million. Actually, it was more than $2 million right there in that space. And just being in the midst of legends, okay? Like of legends, like getting to meet the UConn coach, that the national champions, and even being invited. I can't let that go, that he was invited to his practice. Me and Trey was talking about it yesterday, and Trey said he locked in, okay? So if they want to give you a job, we down to move to Connecticut. And Trey said, you know, they get the tuition reduction plus a scholarship. You know what I'm saying? He said he's down to go to UConn. So we locked in, you know, to your vision, if that's what God calls you to, you know. So, but we would love to hear from you in terms of just encouragement through this, what you've realized, and then what you can give us when it comes to translating that to our business and really pressing forward. Listen, we was not playing, me and Trey, we was here, we was locked in, you know what I'm saying? We not always locked in. I'm not always locked in with my 16-year-old, but we was locked in on this one, okay? And it wasn't no switching up. So Breon.
Rich, you funny. You and Trey funny. But what's up, team? So I'm still processing the like the whole day. It was pretty cool. So even from like the beginning, like it was at the Ritz, right? And so, you know, I'm just gonna be honest with y'all about like how I am. So, you know, I get to the Ritz. Mind you, I've never been to the Ritz before. And so, you know, Mark texted me like, you know, you're gonna meet me at Cammy's house, you're gonna just meet me there. I said, I just meet y'all at the Ritz. So Landon texted me and said, you know, well, we headed there. I said, okay, well, I'm gonna leave out soon. So I get there, I'm like, you know, I don't know where to park at. I'm thinking like it's maybe street parking or something like that. So I pull up, and it's like 20 dudes, like, you know, coming to the car, you know, they're making sure I'm good and stuff like that. So I get in or whatever, but Mark's not there yet. And so I couldn't go in because he had like a special ticket for me or something like that. So I'm just sitting around, you know, like waiting on him. And so, Rach, you recording this?